Today we're doing Shabbos' Daf, which is Daf Chof Beis, and B'ezrat Hashem tomorrow, Shabbos, after davening in Bet Knesset B'nai HaYeshivas, we're going to have a Kiddush and Shir for Tisha B'Av's Daf, and then Monday back to routine.
Monday Daf of Dalet.
Okay. Zog the Gemara, new Perek, new Mishnah, Daf Chof Aleph Amud Beis at the bottom. Zog the Mishnah. So we know, we mentioned this a few times, about the 5 chatois that die. Okay? What are they? Anybody remember? So someone showed me last week in the art scroll, not here, but Daf Yud Tesvav or something, that the 5 chatois are Rosh Teves Vesimna. Vesimna is a pilegesh, Vesimna is the 5 chatois that are Meisais. We have the Vlad chatos, which is a baby of a chatos. Sof is Temurah's chatos. Mem is Meisu Be'aleh. Nun is Niskapru Be'aleh. And Ayin is of Rosh Nasa. Okay, so if you need to remember the 5 chatois, just remember Vesimna and you'll get it through. Okay, so Zag the Mishnah. These 5 chatois. So the Mishnah divides it into 2. Vlad chatos, Utmuas chatos, v'chatos shmeisa be'oleh, yamusu. Okay, baby of a chatos. Okay, we have to talk over here about a baby that this animal had became pregnant only after she was kadosh. Okay, not that she was mukdash with the baby. Okay, and a Temurah's chatos, if someone did a Temurah on a chatos, or a chatas that the owners died, so this chatas dies immediately. V'she'ibrosh nasa, v'she'avda v'nimtzes balas mum. There's other 2, which is if ibrosh nasa, meaning that a chatas could be brought only a korban that's 1 year old. Once it passes that stage, it cannot be brought as a chatas anymore. So that's ibrosh nasa. V'she'avda, and if it got lost, and afterwards it was found as a balas mum, meaning that there's the chura over here 2 issues with this chatas. We'll see this in the Gemara. That's exactly what the Gemara is going to be talking about today. So if they have these 2 issues, so im kipru bailim, if the owners already brought a different chatas and they were miskaper and they don't need to bring another chatas, tomus. Ve'enai se temurah lo ne'anim v'lo mayanim. So if they were miskaper, so then this chatas dies, and you can't do Temurah because it doesn't have any kedusha anymore, because it cannot be makriv. You can't be makriv this animal. Lo nehenim midirabanan. You can't have hana from this animal. V'lo mayalim. And if you were nene, you still, because it's only derabanan, you don't have to bring korban meila. V'im achelo kipru ba'alim. If the Baalim still did not have a kapara yet, so then we don't kill this animal. What do? You let it graze until it gets a mum, and then so what do? We wait for it to get a mum, and then we sell it with the money that we get. We buy a new one, and that's the korban he brings as a kapara. And this chatas could do Temurah, and there is meila because it still has a kedusha until it gets a mum, and therefore it does Temurah, and there is a korban meila if you get hana from it. Zag the Gemara. We saw in the Mishnah that it's divided into 2. Okay, we have the first 3, and then we have the second, the other 2. Says the Gemara, my time. Why does the Mishnah why doesn't the Mishnah say all 5 together? What's the obvious answer? Because Reisha psikolei, Seifa like psikolei. The first 3, they always die, no matter what. Second 2, it depends if there was kapara or not kapara. Okay, what's the havamin of the Gemara here? I'm not exactly sure. Okay, now this Mishnah that we see over here, please remember, in a few months' time, Me'ila. Okay, 2 more Masechtas. Next Masechtas Krisus, then it's Me'ila. We'll get to Me'ila, if I'm not mistaken. It said here that it's Daf Ches, if I'm not mistaken. think it's Daf Ches. I saw someone that brings it. No, sorry, Daf Yud. Daf Yud. In Me'ilah we have the exact same Mishnah. Exact same thing. Says the Gemara, why do we need this Mishnah in Me'ilah and in Temurah? And it says the Gemara, Tana Hacha Temurah. We're talking about Temurah, so we bring the din of Temurah. I did Tana Temurah, Tana Me'ilah. Because we mentioned the halachas of the Temurah on these karbanos, on these chatayis, we mentioned also the din of Temurah, and the other way around as well. I did Tana Gabe Me'ilah, Tana Nami Temurah. Because in Me'ilah we mentioned the dinim of Me'ilah, so while we're at it, we mentioned the dinim of Temurah. Ad Kan, quite hard. Amar Reish Lakish. Chatas she'ibrosh nasa. We have a chatas that's now more than 1 year old. As we said, a korban chatas could be brought only 1 year old. Once it's over that, that's the end of it. Says Reish Lakish, Roin oisa ki'ilo emedus beveis hakvoros veroio. We see it as if it's inside a cemetery, okay? And the kohen who has to be makriv it cannot go in there to get it, okay? He can't go in there. It cannot be makriv. It's roya. Why? Because it's not. There's no way of it to be brought as a korban. There's no kedusha. It's mimela. It's roya. Achet istav, and we don't kill it. So that's what Reish Lakish says. Says the Gemara, Tnan, she'ibrosh nasa ve'ovda v'nimtzis ba'as mum imacha shekibru abaylim meisa tivtid Reish Lakish. We saw in our Mishnah that a chatas, the ibrosh nasa, and the bailim had already a kapara, so it has to be killed. And what did Reish Lakish say? That it's always raya. We always let it graze and get a mum. We don't kill it. Amalach Reish Lakish, no. Kiktani reisha mesa, or kiktani mesa. When he says in the Mishnah that it's mesa, of the v'nimtzis balas mum, we bring two cases at the seif of the Mishnah, right? We bring ibrosh nasa or of the v'nimtzis balas mum, mesa. What case? Says Reish Lakish, no, that's the din of mesa. It's talking about only the second case, only if it was lost and found with a mum. But so how does he explain? It's a mesa of the v'nimtzis balas mum. Imacha shekipru bailim tomus. If they had already kapara, they have misa. Says the Gemara, look at the end of the Mishnah. If the Bam did not have kapara, so she should go graze until she gets a mum. Says the Gemara, we just said, what were we talking about? We said it was talking about the one that got lost and was found with a mum. You found it with a mum, it is already with a mum. What do you mean you should go out and graze? It's already about a mum. What are we talking about? So Rabbi explains as following: it was lost and it was found with a mum that at the moment it's a mum that will go away. If it's a mum that goes away, you keep it aside, and once the mum goes away, it's a good korban. If the bailim already had a kapara, they don't have to bring a chatos meisa. If they didn't have a kapara, so then we let it graze until it gets a mum kavua, and then it's sold, and you buy with it a new korban. Amar Rava. Ask Rava as following: Shtei tshuvas badavar. I have two questions.
What would be the chiddush of that?
Of what?
That it just follows the same halachas.
As I mentioned in the Mishnah at the beginning, we were looking here that it should have two issues. One issue is the avda, the second issue is that it was found in balas mum over. That's a chiddush. Even a balas mum over is considered the second issue, that because of that we say it should be tirah. Says Rava, I have two questions. One, if he has already a mum that's over, and we're waiting for it to get a mum over, so it's not tirah shetistav. Yishmar, he should wait and see what happens to this mum if it turns into a mum kavua. what do we just say? Okay, the beginning of the Mishnah talks about the 3 cases that goes Mesa immediately. Then the second half talks about She'ibrosh Nasa and Avda. But the dinim of Tammuz and Tira, depending on if they had kapara or not, it's talking about only Avda. So what is this Ibrosh Nasa, the one that's over a year now? It's up in the air. What's the dinim of it? What did we bring it at this end of the sefer? If the dinim of dependent on kapara or not kapara are not talking about it, so where is it holding? It's up in the air now. Got it? Okay. We have the first 3, right? Vlad, Temurah, and Mesa B'aleh, Yamusa immediately, right? Put aside. Then we bring 2 more, which is Avrosh Nasa and Avda. And then we say like this: if the Gvadim had kapara, Misa. If the Gvadim didn't have kapara, Tere. Right? Says Rish Lakish, no. Avrosh Nasa is Re'iyah in any case. So that's not part of this distinction if it's kapara. So where does Ibrosh Nasa is standing like up in the air in the Mishnah? It's not going according to the first 3, not going according to the last one. Ela Marava, says Rava, no. He explains our Mishnah a little bit differently. Avrosh Nasa ve'avda, oy avda ve'nimtzeis ba'alas mum, acha shekipu ha'balim mesa, kadem shekipu ha'balim tira shetistoy ve'timocher. Says Rava, no. We need 2 issues, 2 problems, okay? So not only by the case where it got lost, we need a second issue, that it should be found as well as mum. Also the first issue, which is of Rosh Nasa, we have to have a second one, which is Avda. Okay? So in such a case, there is a difference between when it was found, okay? And then, if they had kapara, it's Mesa. If they didn't have kapara, it's Roya. But Reish Lakish, one second, let me just finish. But Reish Lakish, that says that Ibrosh Nasa Roya, he's talking about when it was just Ibrosh Nasa. When there was only one issue with this animal. Okay? In such a case, if there was only one issue in this animal, that's when Reish Lakish says that it's Roya. But our Mishnah is talking about when there were 2 issues with the animal, and in such a case, it depending if it was kapara or not kapara, it's either Mesa or Roya.
If the animal was found,
yes,
but the Balaam had kapara in the meantime, but it hasn't got the mum, it came back perfectly fine.
Before the second animal was brought?
Then,
it was lost for a period.
Yeah.
No, we're saying mum, it came back injured.
Yeah.
Right? Why is that necessary? It dies anyway if we found the animal, but the fellows in the meantime had a kapara elsewhere, we have to kill it.
No, it's Roya. That's exactly what we just said.
And because it's got the mum, we kill it.
Yeah. Because of the double issue. What?
What's the logic behind it? What's the basis behind it?
I didn't go into it too much, but that's the way the Gemara is talking about. It has to have 2 chesroinus in order for it to have the din of Misa. Has to have 2 chesroinus, which is Avda and Nimtzes Balas Mum, or of Rosh Nasa and.
Normally Balas Mum in itself, no problem. You sell it and.
That's right. Chatas has a special din. Chatas has a 5 chatois amesos. That's the din by Chatas.
But if only one of those causes happens, no, just the 2 together.
That's right, for din of Mesa here. Okay, so if that's the case, so why do we need to tell us 2 of them? Okay, we said 2 cases of Avda and of Rosh Hashanah, so we have to have the double problem, right? So why does the Tana have to bring both cases? V'tzarech lemisnei im Avda gabe ba'alas mum v'gabe ibrosh nasa. We need to have this din of getting lost by both cases. Also that lost and found ba'alas mum, and also ibrosh nasa and lost. Why? The Tana gabe ibrosh nasa. If it would say only by an ibrosh nasa that it has to be lost as well. Over there, if it also gets lost, it could cause it to get misa. Why? Because the carbon itself can't be used anymore because it's already over a year old. That's the end of it. So that's why if it gets lost, you have to give it misa. Aval balas mum diloi muma chazia, but a balas mum that was lost, that if without this mum the korban itself age-wise is okay, maybe in such a case, loi tehanile avda. Maybe it getting lost is not enough to cause it, to be mechayev misa. Maybe this mum is just like kind of a chisarn. Okay, so maybe in such a case it should be sold, and it should the money should go to nedara.
Also, don't do personas.
What? This is a psulaguf, and that's not.
Which is worse.
Psulaguf, obviously. If it would say the other way around, if it would say only by balas mum, hasam hu de ma'anele over there, if it gets lost, it causes it misa. Why? Mishum deloy chazil ha'akava. It cannot be used for any animal, right? No animal could be brought with a mum. But by an ibrosh nasa, that is 1 year old, if not for a chatas, okay, it could be brought for other karbanis. It could be brought for shlamim. So the animal itself, in theory, could be a different karban. So maybe in such a case, if it gets lost, it doesn't need misa. It also should be sold. It should be. You should wait for it to get a mum and sold. Tzricha, that's the chiddush of the Mishnah to tell us that if it has these two cases, it goes to misa. Okay, says the Gemara. What do we just say with Rava? That when it says Ibrash Nasa, that it got past its age, we have to say that it also got lost. Says the Gemara, did Rava say that a behemoth that's past its age and got lost, the loss causes it to get misa? The Amar Rava says, Aveda the Laila Loishma Aveda. What are we talking about? Over here, we'll see more about this in the next page. If an animal gets lost at night, can't be makrivin anymore, right? L'chura. So l'chura, if that's the case, it's lost. If it's lost, you can't use it anymore. What happens if it's found the next morning? Says Rava, that's not considered an Aveda. Why? Because at night, I cannot bring any other carbon. Okay? So I am not losing any quote-unquote carbon time. Okay? At night is pause. We cannot bring the carbon. It got lost, it's fine, as long as it's found. Okay, we'll see a different sheet in the next page. But at the moment, if it gets lost at night and it's found in the morning, it's not considered avuda. It's not considered lost. You could still use it as a carbon.
If I lose an animal for 10 minutes and then I find it back, and
that's the end of it. Yes.
But if you lose at night and then you find it in the morning, you still had some time during the morning where you could have brought it.
No, we're talking about that now. It was found before the morning. Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, that Aveda Delaila Loishma Aveda, that at night, okay, it's not considered Avuda. So if that's the case, an animal that got lost when it was already puzzled, okay, like this case by us that we just mentioned, Ibrosh Nasa, right? If it's over a year, it's puzzled.
You mean it had its birthday in the middle of the night?
No, forget about the night now. The night is just an example of if it gets lost in a time that you can't be makriv. So this animal, but now in Mishnah, that's over a year old, it's puzzle, right? So it's as if it's night, okay? So how could, according to Rava, if it gets lost when it's puzzle already, this Aveda doesn't cause it misa, because it's a time that it's puzzle anyway, so it doesn't do anything. Okay? Chab? Okay, says the Gemara, no, loy dami, it's not the same thing. Aveda de Laila loy chazia loy lagufa v'loy ladmei. No, an Aveda of night is not good, not for it itself to be bakriv, and not for dmei, meaning I cannot sell it and bring another carbon now, because now it's nighttime. Is mimela, in such a case, okay, it's the Aveda is nothing. But abalha, But over here, by Ibrashna. So Nehid Legufaloi Chazia, you're right that you can't be makriv this carbon chatas because it's more than a year old. Lidmei Chazia. You could still sell it, yeah, if you still have it. You could still sell it and bring another carbon. Therefore, it's not the same thing as Lila. Okay. None. So as we mentioned, we have to have two chesroinas, right? Says the Mishnah in Yoma. The Mishnah in Yoma talks about what happens when I have the two seirim, right? We have the soir that goes la Hashem, and we have the soir that goes la Azazel. What happens if the one soir gets lost? So what do we know? We've learned this several times. You bring another pair, exactly. What happens to the one that's left over from the first pair? The second one, the second of the first pair, or the second one of the second pair, would, at the moment we're not exactly differentiating between the two, but the second one, that we cannot be makriv anymore. So it goes and grazes outside until it gets a mum, and then the money goes to Nedava. Because we know that chatas tzibur is not mesa, that all the dinim of chamesh chatas mesa is talking about only by yachid. Yeah, we learned that a few dafs ago. Had a yachid mesa. But what do we see? That the yachid does die, even though it's only one problem. Okay, explains the Gemara. This Mishnah. V'amar Rabbi Yochanan, Balei Chaim Nidchin. כשהוא מסקפר בשני שבזוג שני מסקפר ואידך כמה הווה לי כאיברש נוסו ותמה דציבור הדיוחד מסה. Says Rabbi Yochanan, as I started at the beginning, what does it mean which one dies? He says the second one of the first pair. Okay? We have one left from the first pair and we have two new ones. So the ones we use are the second pair, the new ones that we brought. The first one that's left from the first pair, that's the one that goes to graze and get a mum. Why? Because Rabbi Yochanan holds Balei Chaim Nidchim. So once its pair got lost, he's nidche and it cannot be used. The bottom line is, okay, the first one is as if Irosh Nasa, because we can't use it anymore because its pair is gone. And what's the din? We say because it's a chatas tzibur. No, because it's a chatas tzibur, it's raya. Mashma by Yachid Mesa. Even if it's just Ibrash Nasa, we don't need anything else. So how did Rava say that by Ibrash Nasa we also need Avda? Amalach answers Rava back, no. No, there's a difference between a carbon that is nidcha, like by the Seirim, and there's a difference between a carbon that got lost. My timer. What's the difference? If it gets lost, it might be found. If it might be found, okay, and then we could.
You need a second.
Therefore, you need a nimtzeis balas mum. That's why you need a second problem. But by the carbon that was nidcha from hakrava, and it cannot be used ever more, and therefore that is enough to bring it to Misa. Okay. So just a small sikum. Okay, we have the machlokes Rish Lakish and Rava. Okay, so according to Rish Lakish, right, we said that it's always raya in case there's one. Let's show what this guy is doing in the middle of Shir. According to Rish Lakish, if there's only one reyusa, it's raya. If there's two reyusas, so then it's mesa. But according to Rava, if there is two reyusas, it dies. And if there's one, it depends. If it's a reyusa that is nidcha legamre, like ibrash nasa, so then it's misa. But if it's abda, then you need a second thing. Gufa. Omar Rava, avuda delayla lo yishma avuda. Okay, we learned this already, right? If you lose an animal gets lost at night, and he brings a different one, it's not considered avuda. Why? Because at night is not as man hakrova. If it's found in the morning before Alois HaShachar, yeah, that to answer your question, it was found in Alois HaShachar before the time. You can see that in Rashi at the top.
What do you mean he brought another one?
He was mafresh another one already.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah. People,
You can't
no time to think.
You just muffers them.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
It's dedicated when that work.
Okay. Says the Gemara Ali ben Aman. Who are we talking about? We learned in the Mishnah, or we will learn, in the Mishnah.
Two animals in front of you.
Yeah. In the Mishnah Vayter in this page, okay, what's going to happen? There's a din. Someone's mafresh an animal, okay, and it got lost, and he put aside another one. Now he has two, okay, and before he was makriv it, he found the first one. Okay, so there's a machlokes Rebbe and Chachamim. According to Rebbe, one of them is born as a chatos, the second one dies. According to Rabbanan, no. The only din of Mesa is if it's found after it was miskaper. But if he wasn't miskaper yet, it's roya. Okay? So now,
Which one does he bring up in the car?
whichever one he wants. Okay.
Both of them, whichever one you want?
Yeah. That's what I understand at least. Yeah. So it says the Gemara Ali B'Deman. Who is Rabba talking about? If we're talking about Rabbanon who say that if he wasn't miskaper yet, then it's only roya. Right? We just said according to Rabbanon, it goes according to when it was found. If it was found before it was been makriv, it's only roya. So what's the chiddush of Rava? If when he's talking about is it got lost at night and was found in the morning. Meaning it was found before he was makriv, before he was niskaper. So what's the difference when it was lost? Vela aliba the Rebbe. So we have to say we're talking about Rebbe. So what? Ad kan lekoma Rebbe el aveda diyom. What Rebbe says that if it gets lost and found and he has another korban that it's mesa, that's only by aveda diyom. Aval aveda delayla filo Rebbe ma'ide delareiyah azlo. But if it's a loss of the night, which is a zman that you cannot be makriv, even according to Rebbe, it goes to reiyah. So that's one way to explain it. Ibay say no. We could say it differently. Lo elam aliba de Rabbanon. It's really going according to Rabbanon. What's the chiddush in what Rava says? Because according to Rabbanon, anyway, it goes to Re'iyah. It was found in the time of Kapara. Ad kan lekam Rabbanon of the Aveda of the B'shas Kapara Mesa elahecha deikar Avedas bayom. But hecha deikar Avedas balayla loy. It goes according to the time of the loss. Meaning, if it was lost during the day and it was found after Kapara, then it's Mesa. Okay? According to Rabbanon. But if it was lost at night, okay, that's when the loss started, and that's not a time of Hakrava. In such a case, even if it was found after Kapara, it's not Mesa, it is Raya. So that's the chiddush of Rabba. Okay, says Abaye. Omar Abaye naktinan. Okay, we said like this: someone loses echatos, okay, and then it was found b'shas kapara, it goes to misa. So he says no, naktinan. It's a masoires. This halacha l'mishin Moshe b'Sinai aveda v'lo gnuva aveda v'lo gzula. We're talking about that it's lost, not that it was stolen. If it was stolen, so in such a case it's roya and not mesa. What is considered lost? Meaning, even if he has only two animals, one is Kaddish and one is not Kaddish, and the one that's Kaddish suddenly went into where the other one is, and he doesn't know how to differentiate between the two, that's considered lost.
You know, you can see it.
Yeah. Rabbi Yochanan says, no, even behind the door, meaning you open the door and the animal is behind the door, and when you open the door you don't see it, that's considered lost. Even though if you go inside, you see the animal that's behind the door, that's considered avuda. Like this, yeah? Very quick.
It's a bit like, where are my keys?
Where are my glasses? Okay. Ibailo says the Gemara, this behind the door that nobody could see, right? Anybody that's standing outside and you open the door and there's something behind the door, no one could see it. So maybe that's considered lost. But if it's outside in the field, that everybody else could see it, just I can't see it because either I don't know it or something like that. So maybe that is not considered avuda. Behind the door is considered avuda, that even if I go in and I turn my head, I see it, even that is considered avuda. Kol sheken avroid, like a chazla. Kol sheken, if it's out in the field with other animals that I don't know which one is which, of course that's considered avuda. So the Gemara teiku. Omar Papa. Gamrinan, what does avuda mean? Who does it have to be lost from? Avuda mimenu umiraya, avuda mimenu v'loy miraya, loy have avuda. If it's lost from the owner, but not lost from the raya, it's not considered avuda. V'kosh ken avuda miraya v'loy avuda mimenu. Avuda mimenu umiraya. V'echel b'sefer l'makir b'mai. What happens if the owner doesn't know which one is which? The raya doesn't know which one is which, but this, I don't know, some kid that used to come play with the animals, he knows how to recognize them. Okay, but he's, I don't know, far away. Is that considered avuda or not? Says the Gemara, teiku.
Would a cotton be allowed to identify it?
I don't know.
Let's give each goat a name. Let's give each goat.
Okay.
Because it's going to have a sugar survey.
Okay. I don't know. Fine. Bara Papa. We said that the difference is, was he miskaper, wasn't he miskaper, right? Says Rav Papa, what happens? Avuda, what's the girsa here? Avuda v'nimtzeis bekois. He lost the animal. He brought another one. He shechted it. He got the dam in his hand, and then they found it. He didn't throw the dam yet. Okay? Now we know the kapara is after zrika, right? But he has the blood of the second one in his hand, and then they found the first one. Ali b'deman, who's the question like? According to Rabbi, it's for shor mesa in all cases, doesn't make a difference. Maybe I have the blood in my hand, yeah, for those of you who remember Zvachim, that's already considered as if it's Zaruk. And if that's the case, it's considered as if he was already miskaper, and then according to Rabbanan, it should be mesa. Maybe if there was no zrika yet, it's still considered only avuda b'shas afrosh and not avuda b'shas kapara. Or you could say, no, the question is also according to Rabbanan. Sorry, also according to Rabbi. He has 2 cups in his hand now of blood, and he lost one of them.
Same animal?
Okay.
Same animal?
Yeah, we're talking about one animal, he got the blood in 2 of them. Vali b'deman, who's the question according to? Vali b'deman de Omar, according to the one that says that if you throw the blood from one of them, so the second one becomes dochui, and you don't throw it on the mizbeach anymore, you throw it to the amma. Sorry, you do. You put it to the side, and it goes down to the amma. So then there's no question, because that for sure the chatas is possible. It makes the second cup as shirain. Yeah. Okay. If you have both of them that you could throw whichever one you want, then it has a din that makes it shiraim. But over here where he doesn't have the blood is lost, the second cup. Maybe it's not good. Okay.
You were
What?
saying
10
one of the two cups was thrown, but he didn't get kapara because the second
One was lost.
You only ever throw
One cost
one
was
cup.
thrown.
One
second-
course was lost
After the first one was thrown.
before.
You only ever throw one cup. The question is...
But he didn't
No, you have to throw all of it.
No,
One was
that's,
lost.
You have to do 4 azars, and the rest of it goes to the
One
side.
thrown, he lost
But
one
you do the
cup.
4 azars from one cup.
Yeah. Okay. Hold cup over here.
It doesn't go from the Yisod to the Olam. It's either from Yisod to Olam.
Yeah.
If it's rejected,
It goes to the Amma. If it did, okay, yeah. Okay. So try and hold cup over here. We're going to bring the different cases of. Just, as long as you don't do Azar here. Okay. Hamafrish chatos ve'ovda. Someone was mafrish a carbon, number 1, and it got lost. Vehikriv acheres tachteha, and he was makriv the second one. Ve'achar kach nitzes harishona tamus. This is the standard case of niskapru be'olah. Okay. Hamafrish mois lechatosoi ve'ovdu vehikriv chatos tachtehem. If he did the same thing just with money, okay, he did not bring the actual chatos yet. He put money aside for chatos, and he lost the money, and then he brought a different one, and he was makriv it already, and then he found the money. Okay,
Which is the equivalent of...
that's the equivalent of chatos meisa. Okay, this is a straightforward where it was found after he had already kapara. Easy. Next.
The money takes on the tradition.
Yes. Hamafrish mois lechatos ve'avdu. Okay, holding cup. You put money aside for chatos, and it got lost. And then vehifrish mois acheres tachtehen. He brought another set. Ve'lo hispik likachatos mehen. Shenimtzu arishonis. Okay, and then he found the first one. So he has here 2 piles of money, right? For the one, he was mafresh first time. One, he was mafresh the second time. What does he do? Yavi me'elu u'me'elu chatos v'ashar yiplu l'ndava. He takes money from the 2 of them together. Okay, and from that he brings the chatos, and the rest of it goes to Nadava. Now, why does he have to bring from the 2 of them together? Because if he brings from one, the second one's already considered niskapru be'olah, and then it goes to Yam HaMelach. But if he brings from the 2 of them together, whatever's left is considered a moisar. Okay, a moisar goes to Nadava. So that's why it's the lashon of taking from 2 of them together. Hamafrish mois lechatosai ve'ovdu. Okay, he put money aside and got lost. Vehifrish chatos tachtehem, and he brought a carbon already. But lo hispik le'akrivat shenimtzu hamois, he found the money before hakrova. Ve'arei chatos balas mum, and this chatos has a mum. Timocher v'yovi me'elu chatos v'ashar yiplu Nadava, the same story. Okay. Hamafrish chatos ve'ovda. Okay, the other way around. He put a chatos aside and got lost. Ve'ifrish mois tachteh v'lo hispik likach mem chatos shenimtzu chatos ve'arei balas mum. Timocher v'yovi me'elu chatos v'ashar yiplu Nadava, the same thing. Hamafrish chatosoi ve'ovdo. Ve'ifrish acheres tachteo lo yispik להקריב עד שנמצא ראשונו והרי שתיהן בעל עצמם ימוכרו ויביא מאלו מאלו chatos ואשר יפלו לנדova. Also the same thing. The Indian is all the time bring from 2 of them together and not from only one of them. Okay, now we get to what we spoke about at the beginning of the daf, machlekes Rabbi and Rabbi Anon. Hamafrish chatos ve'ovdo. Ve'ifrish acheres tachteo lo yispik להקריב עד שנמצא ראשונו היו שתיהם תמימos. Both of them are good now. What's the din? Rabbi says, doesn't matter when it was found. You makriv one, second one goes to Misa because it's considered niskapru be'olah, finished.
What is this, the regular case?
yeah.
No, it was found before Hakrava. Okay? So it was found before Hakrava, according to Rabbi, you makriv one, you kill one. וחכמים אומרים, no, אין חטס מייסו, אלא שנמצא מאחר שכיפרו הבעלים. ואין המויס הולכים לים המלח, אלא שנמצא מאחר שכיפרו הבעלים. The whole din of Mesa and Yam HaMelach, which is the equivalent by money, is only that it happened, it was found after Kapara. If it was found before Kapara, it goes to Re'iyah. המפריש חטס והרי בעל עצמם. If he's makriv v'chatos, he's mafresh chatos, and then it got a mum. Yeah, straightforward. You bring a different one with the money. Rabbi Shimon Aimer, im kol v'shniya achel nishchato tom v'shekvar kipru ba'alim. This is Rabbi Lezer Chiddush. I sell this first carbon, right? It goes to chulin. The owner could shecht it and eat it whenever he wants. Says Rabbi Lezer, he should shecht it before the guy is makriv his chatos. Why? Because once he's makriv his chatos, this is considered niskapur ba'alim. Even though the kedusha left it, it's still considered niskapur ba'alim. Is mimela, the owner cannot shecht it anymore and he cannot eat it.
Excuse my silly question.
Yeah.
What this got to do with Temurah? This whole mission. So the one Masechta.
No, because we're talking about Temurah. We said at the beginning, we brought Temurah, so we bring all the other cases of the Chamesh Chatois. Okay. We're gonna manage. I don't know if we're gonna make this. Okay. Okay, so we said in the Mishnah, we said again, if he lost it, found it after Hakrava, it dies. If that's the only reason is because he was makriv already. If he wasn't makriv yet, what's the din of this animal? The chura is raya. Mani rabbanani. He lost, found before Hakrava. Okay, so we medayek that he's raya. Mani rabbanani. It goes according to Rabbanon l'chura de amrei avuda b'shas afrosh raya. Eima seifa hamafrish mois lechatos ve'avdu vehifrish mois acheros tachtehem yovi me'elu b'ashal yiplu nedava. Right? What do we say? If you found the money, you take from the two of them together. Why? Right? Tama me'elu hahevi me'echad mehem ashayni yirlich alei melach. What do we say? The reason that you bring from two of them is because if you bring from one of them, the second one is considered niskapur ba'alim, and then it has to go to Yam Melach. Why? It was found before Hakrava. So who does that go? Asan l'Rebbe. How could we say that? So the bottom line is usually yes. Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara. This goes according to Rav Huna. There's no kasha. The kasha is going to be only according to Rav Abba. Why? Hakol moedim. Even Rabbanon that say that if it's lost only bisman afrosha, it's roya. She'im moshach achas vehikriva shashniya mesa. Rabbanon would say if he did it biyadayim and he was makriv the second one, he's doiche the first one, and therefore it's mesa. So mashkachas lo kikon shemoshach achas mehem vehikriv v'divrei hakol. So we could say that this case of the money is he brought a chadas from one, and he was makriv biyadayim. He was mashkach doing it biyadayim. So therefore, his das is daicha the first money. Therefore, it goes to Yam Melach. So that's going to Rav Huna. El Rabbi Abba Bara Amarav Do'amar Hakol Moedim. Everybody agrees. B'miskaper b'sha'ina avuda shavuda mesa. If he has kapara in the second one, we need the new one that was never lost. The one that got lost is Mesa. What's the machlekes of Rebbe and Rabbanan? V'aman echlaku. B'miskaper ba'avuda. Okay, again, he lost it. He was mafresh a second one, and he found it. Now he has two in front of him. What happens if he uses the first one, the one that got lost? The Rebbe saw mafresh le'ibud ki'ibudami. When you mafresh the second one as a replacement for the lost one, that's as if you lost it. So it has the same dinim of the behemoth that got lost. Is mimela, when you makriv one of them, doesn't matter, even if you makriv the first one, that one goes to Misa. Ve'rabbanon savrei, but Rabbanon hold. Lavke ibudami. In such a case, it's raya, it's not Mesa, because it was never lost. It doesn't have a din of avuda. So if that's the case, Reisha sosamlon kerabbanon seifa sosamlon kerebi. So if that's the case, the Reisha is Rabbanon and the Seifa is Rebbe. Says the Gemara, there's a girsa here to put in Reisha Rabbanon and Seifa Rebbe, yeah, as we were expecting. Okay, let's do a few more lines. Micah Mashmalan. The Plige Rebbe ve'Rabbanon. Yeah, so what's the Chiddush? that is the Machlekes Rebbe and Rabbanon. What's he coming to tell us? Behedek Tani la Machlekes Rebbe v'Rabbanon b'Seifa. It says at the end of the Mishnah the exact story of Machlekes Rebbe Rabbanon. What does it say? Maflish chatos ve'ovdom. Ve'ifrish acheres tachter ve'achar kach nimtza sarishenu arei shtei mayim. Dois achas mehem tikra v'shnei tumus divrei Rebbe v'chachomim omrim ein chatos meisa el shnimtzas me'achar shikipur bailim ve'en moisa el chosem hamelach el shnimtzu me'achar shikipur bailim. So what do we need this diyukim from the beginning, the first case, the second case? We have mefurish at the Seifa, Machlekes Rebbe and Rabbanon. Says the Gemara, how kamash malon? Davos Machlekes Rebbe and Rabbanon. That's exactly what the Mishnah is coming to tell us. You see these cases? That is the Machlekes of Rebbe and Rabbanon. Have a good Shabbos tomorrow, 10:30, Bnei Yeshivas. Shachris is 8:20. All invited.